2024 has been a roller coaster of a year. Earlier this year, we experienced a terrible tragedy in Baltimore when the Key Bridge collapsed. We lost 6 beautiful souls that day, and it shut down operations at the Port of Baltimore. But we came together. Governor, the mayor, the federal delegation, the President of the United States. We all pitched in to clear the debris from the bottom of that channel, reopen the Port of Baltimore, and get people back to work.
The main federal channel into the Port of Baltimore is set for an official reopening ceremony tomorrow.
And after a lot of hard work and a lot of teamwork, here in the United States Congress, we persuaded our colleagues to ensure that the federal government would provide 100% of the funding to rebuild the iconic Key Bridge.
A 9-month journey now come to a close, and just weeks before pre-construction begins for the new Key Bridge.
In 2024, we were able to move forward with implementing some of the major initiatives that we passed during the first 2 years of the Biden administration, when we had Democratic majorities in both the House and the Senate. And one of those big success stories was passing the Inflation Reduction Act, which had a lot of important provisions, including ensuring that seniors on Medicare would pay less for their prescription drugs.
Well, in just a few days from now, older cancer patients could be feeling some financial relief. A new price cap of $2,000 is going into effect on January 1st.
We got some news out this morning from the White House, the result of the first Medicare drug price negotiation.
The administration is touting $6 billion in savings when those new negotiated prices go into effect.
The Inflation Reduction Act was also the biggest investment ever in confronting the climate crisis.
And to date, there's been more than $100 billion in private investment and roughly 100,000 new jobs created in clean energy manufacturing.
We also need to make sure that we have more resources to help states like Maryland provide more resilience. That's why I introduced the Polluter Pays Climate Fund legislation. We all agree on a simple but powerful principle, which is that polluters should pay to clean up the mess they have caused, and those who polluted the most should pay the most. I've also been very pleased over the last year to work with the Biden administration to crack down on so many of the junk fees.
Those hidden or misleading charges that boost the cost of things like concert tickets, hotel rooms, even bank accounts by tens of billions of dollars a year.
I'm also pleased that we passed the Social Security Fairness Act to finally ensure that everybody who's paid into Social Security gets the full benefit of what they had been promised. The Chesapeake Bay is a natural treasure and a national treasure. We took a major step forward in enactment of the Chesapeake National Recreation Area this year. We passed it out of the United States Senate unanimously. Unfortunately, time ran out before we could get it passed this year in the House. But you can be sure we're coming back next year, and this will be a top priority to get that over the finish line. This was also a very eventful year around the world. I'm pleased to have worked with President Biden to make sure that the people of Ukraine have the weapons and resources they need to defend themselves against the brutal onslaught by Vladimir Putin. This is about making sure that the United States stands with democracies around the world. In the Middle East, we recall with horror the Hamas attacks on Israel of October 7th, 2023. We're also witnessing the humanitarian disaster taking place in Gaza, where over 44,000 people have been killed, over half of them women and children. We need to do more to provide humanitarian assistance to innocent civilians in Gaza. And we need a ceasefire and a return of the hostages, and we need that now. We also need to help address the humanitarian disasters in Sudan, in Haiti, in Myanmar, and other places around the world. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We've got to brace ourselves for what's coming at us and what's coming at the country in the next year with the new incoming Trump administration. This is going to be a major battle. We're going to fight to make sure we protect a merit-based civil service that provides services to the American public, not political cronyism that simply delivers political favors to the well-connected. Also, while we fight for both comprehensive and smart immigration reform and border security, we will not be complicit in mass deportations that divide families and tear them apart. We've seen the rise of authoritarianism around the world. We need to make sure we protect this beautiful American experiment in democracy. So Maryland, thank you for all your support in 2024. And here's wishing you a very happy new year. And let's come back ready to fight to protect our state, our values, and our principles. Happy New Year.